Okay, what's going on, guys? This is actually the world record tactics for the fastest foot champions. I think it was done in 1 hour, I think 20 minutes. It's done by the player Jamboo. I'm going to leave his link down below in the description for his channel. Go subscribe to him. He's so close to 100k. His game's 100k right now. Let's go through the tactics. I want to show you some gameplay. And I want to show you how he did it. And more importantly, what's the most important things you need to know. It's what he's got. He's got a 4-3-2-1 setup. He's got balance, 55 width, and he's got 60 depth. And then he's got build-up play on balance, direct passing, and 55 width and 7 players in the box. Nothing really different from what you would see with a typical 4-3-2-1. But what's important to note is that we have both the fullbacks here, both of them on balance and overlap. We're going to come back to this in the end. I'll explain that at the end of the video. And he's got cover centre on the right centre mid. Centre mid's got cover centre, balanced. Left centre mid, he's got cover wing. And then the right forward is the player that's going to be on comeback and offence. On comeback and offence, stay central, get it behind. And the two strikers on stay central, get it behind, stay forward. So you can pause this, copy these tactics, or you can just skip to the end after all. Watch the gameplay first and I'll explain to you. But this is a very attack heavy formation and you're going to see how this makes a big difference out of the game. And you're going to see why this is the reason you got the world record. But let's go straight into the gameplay. Okay, we got a game now. There's a couple of things that's very, very important that I got to tell you towards the end of the video. But when you're trying to incite a rage quit, especially up against a decent player, the idea is you're trying to get the goal as quick as you can. So ideally you want to score for the first counter attack. So the first attack that you get. And the way that I like to do it is a few things. I like to play a bit slow, add some player locks in there. So just so people know you're the real deal. This is important when you're versing a player that's not that good. A lot of things I got to explain after because I got to concentrate here to get this goal quickly as I can. Now the idea behind this is that you want to get these goals like this. That's it. You pause the game, you cue it, and that's it. Now you want your opponent to leave here. Now this is a bit of a toxic thing to do. I would say normally wait for them to pause. They're not going to pause and you start the game. This is how you get those 20-0 games quickly because you need to score those goals. We've got both the left back and right back joining forward. This guy's actually got a decent team. But you can see, look here, I'm just going to try to apply the pressure. I'm going to try to guarantee this goal here. I think that should be fine. And you know what? And even though I don't normally do this, I was going to have the wrong player choice there. Of course, the counter-attack is very acceptable. I'm trying to be aggressive, trying to press up high up the pitch. I've got Stanway. I'm waiting for Rodrigo to get a good position here. I can make that driven pass there. See that gap there? Kind of got away with it. And like, see, like here, I try to do a finesse shot. I don't normally play that way, but this is what you have to do when you're trying to incite that rage quit here. I don't want that, but actually, you know what? That will do. Oh my god, terrible pass. And you can see, look here, the counter-attacks. One of them was going to show aggression, show force. You can see that opponent's just doing that RS stick inwards thing is going to work. Wait for that perfect timing. L1 triangle, got the ball back forward again. 1 second, just going to try and concentrate while I'll do this. That. And then here, look, so I'm cueing the pause again, and that's it. I'm trying to go for the rage quit. This is effectively how the formation is. Now, the player might not leave. This might be the player that he needs this win for that rank. That's why you got to try to make it 6 or 7-0 at that time if they're not going to leave, because that's how you try to get the world record done. But this is how it's played on that level. So some people will try to put the controller down. These are all the things that you're going to be facing. I'll explain this more towards the end of the video. But you know, if this player is like a fellow, okay, look, this player's put this controller down. This is what's going to happen. So you might lose your world record. You might lose a timing because someone's just so salty that someone's salty that they're just losing, and because of course you pause the game out of spite, they're going to do this. So these are just a few things you've got to bear in mind. But we're going to come back to this section here because I think this player is actually fully given up. But you would do everything in your power. So for example, if you like to do finesse shots, so for example, if you got like a finesse shot, so I just did that Correa, by the way, that Correa card, absolutely insane, this Correa card here. I really, really like him. But you can get those finesses easy. He's like a cheat. I don't score those goals normally, right? But he's a cheat code with a 99 shooting and a finesse shot playstyle. But this is just a perfect example of one of those games. But anyway, I'm going to go towards the end and I'll go over what I'm talking about. Okay, so going over the tactics now. Now, first of all, that is not easy to do. Trust me, playing the game and speaking is not that easy. If you think it's easy, try it yourself. So apologies for any stuttering or thinking about what I was doing, but I was really trying to concentrate to get the rage for that. There's a few things you got to know before we get onto these tactics itself. Now, the defensive style, a lot of the manual pressing is done by me. So you're going to have to understand it. So when you start the game, there's a few things I like to do. As you can see, my opponent put the controller down. You don't want to be toxic. So if you score, don't pause the game, just press L1, R1, score the goal, and then score a second goal. If you pause the game, someone's going to think that you're being toxic. I'll give you an example. If I'm inside the game, and let's say because I play on sometimes multiple accounts, I'm just testing gameplay. If someone pauses the game against me, my ego gets damaged. Then I'm going to make sure I stay in that game and I win that game. So I would have actually rage quit. So make sure you don't put someone into that path. So don't piss anyone off, basically. Psychologically speaking, the most important thing is when you face them, is you want to apply pressure high as you can. If you're like a rank 5 player and you can't really do that and you want the rage quits, you can maybe try something on pressure on heavy touch. At least this is a conservative option to apply pressure, because psychologically speaking, you want to start off strong. You want to get the ball, you want to be attacking. You actually don't want to lose the ball. Maybe do a few step overs, do some player lots, because you want people to think that you're the real deal and you're doing the meta stuff, even though you're not. So you got to start off strong, high pressure, player lock, step overs, all that shebang. And not everyone would leave. As I said, like if you try to be toxic, should I try to say, by making someone leave, they'll decide to stay. They'll put the control down. They don't care. They'll put the control down, and then you're the one that's going to be annoyed, even though that you've won. Especially if you're trying to get the games done as quick as you can. So that's one thing to mention as well. And of course, playing on Sunday. For those of you that are watching, sometimes I play multiple FUT champions on different accounts, but I just test things out. A lot of the time I have like 10 games left on a Sunday, or Monday should I say, and FUT champs closing in an hour's time. You can actually get FUT champs done literally in 20 minutes. You might not get 20-0, but you could get, for example, 16-17, because sometimes people will leave their very last game in the last hour and they'll play it so slow. It happens quite a lot. So these are just all a few things to mention. So maybe doing this, you can try to do this on Friday if you want to, but Friday or Monday is probably the best time to do this. Now, tactics itself. Look, as I said to you, look, Jamboo, first of all, I don't say subscribe to my channel, but go subscribe to him. He's a good friend of mine as well, close to 100k subscribers as well. But he's a top tier pro player. That's how he's able to get, maybe there's another world record out there, but this is the videographed world record. The most important thing is this pressure is applied manually. With 3 players on balanced, as he said in the video, you need to have box-to-box players here, players that can do a bit of everything. I've got a winger on the left centre mid on cover wing, because this is the person that's going to be defending in the left mid when you defend that 4-4-2. Then I got Valverde and Stanway. Stanway's perfect as driven passes into the middle, and Valverde is a perfect box-to-box because he can also shoot. So you could also try to play for the third player running inside the box as well. And you can see I've got very quick players, very high-octane players. I've got both the left back and right back on overlap. Now, this one is probably a bit too overly aggressive. You know, I have to be honest here. Look, you're not going to get 20-0 in 1 hour if you're like a rank 5 player and you're watching this. That's the truth. You have to be at a high level to get these. It's like when people watch tactics videos, right? I don't know what they expect. Maybe because I'm more of a no BS guy and I say things how it is. It can help you get 1 or 2 more wins, maybe even 3. But it's not going to make you a 5 out of 20 player to a 15 and 20 player unless you do the basics. I have to always, because I always read the comment section, people say this doesn't work, that doesn't work. But you need to always change it yourself, and as I said, adapting it. So realistically, I think this is probably a bit too attack heavy. Focus on one player that's going to join the attack. At least that way, if you get counter-attacked. Because one thing when you're trying to go for rage quits is you cannot concede. It's the most important thing. The skill with this formation, not only is attacking to get the rage quit, that's the easy one, it's defending. Because if someone gets that goal, they are not going to rage quit. But that is how you incite a rage quit when you're playing against someone and you're a top tier player, and let's say you want to get 20 as quick as possible. That is how it's done. So that's how those 20 are done in an hour's time. You go into this game, get rage quit after rage quit after rage quit. You might find someone who decides to be salty, and then that could make your 1 hour be 1 hour 20. So I'm pretty sure, I think it's done in 1 hour 30 if I'm not mistaken. But it can probably be done even quicker. But hopefully you just get ready to take some tries. But go check out his channel. I think he streams every single week as well. He does. He actually does live streams of the rage quit, so you can see it as well. Anyways, hope you enjoy these videos. This video, as I said, the tactics. As I said, this is nothing special, but it's all about the player itself. With this one. And I actually like the 3 players unbalanced. I actually never used 3 players unbalanced like this. I've always put 1 player on stay back or get forward or get into the box or across. But truthfully speaking, I've not actually done it all unbalanced. But you do need box to boxes here, high highs. You can get away with a winger here. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Still a good tactic, very aggressive, but of course it depends on your playstyle. Thanks for watching.